tough first half for you, but second half 19 points. What were you seeing in the second?
The ball going in. Feel me? Nah, but my guys are just telling me to keep going, and I mean, I've been putting in work since the summer, so you feel me? This ain't nothing new. This what I do, and when I'm helping my team, we at our best. So we just got to keep it going tomorrow.
I think of Brett like integrity. When I talk to college coaches and they ask me about Brett is, to me, he's integrity.
Everything he do tough. Don't matter. Game, practice, hard work, hard play. It's all him. Tough.
On the wrist, big dreams, nice car. You wanna live life with a rich rock star. Everybody know us, everybody know y'all. I think I'm in a rush, so I probably never call.
My man's Dan right here. How you doing, social? I'm being Cam right here. Be down one. Just go to half court. Here. Go.
Coach KP, director of Team Arsenal, based out of Oakland, California. I met Brett some years back. I don't know how many years ago it was, maybe 5, 6 years ago.
Oh yeah! There's some challenges.
Came to our tryout and for our elite team. But Brett came in with a gym full of elite guys that I've been watching all year, and I never seen him before. And he earned his spot on the elite team, which was really unfamiliar at the time. He led the drills. He was standing in the middle and I'm talking to everybody. And after the end of that trial, he was the kid that I gave the ball to, and he had the ball in his armpit, so that was him. I think of Brett like integrity, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always wanted to connect with certain players, and sometimes I had to dig and do some research to figure out this about this kid, and it wasn't always the worst thing when I really got to talk to him and connected with him and treated him more like a little brother of mine. He told me pretty much everything that I wanted to know. It's like if I asked it, I feel like he was going to answer it straight up. When I talk to college coaches and they ask me about Brett is, to me, he's integrity, perseverance. You play in front of 30 coaches and you're killing the guards that are signed somewhere or whatever it is. I just let him keep pushing, even through senior year. He was player of the year in the Bay, went to the state championship and all that. When you're not seeing those results, to me, I consider that mentally strong. Like he's more so he fell in love with the process and the grind of it. Wasn't making no complaints. He keeps his chin up. I know he's been through some stuff, but he's just honest, and that's what I like about Brett. He gives me his word about what's going on. He's not ashamed of who he is. He does understand, like, he wants to become better in life, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, we all are facing that battle. I mean, that's what I've seen him dig himself out of the mud, like from a no-name or nobody knew him to playing in the state championship, to be on Arsenal, who is a top team in the state, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I've seen him get it out the mud.
5, dog time.
Oh, he got this nigga jump rope. Episode 2, live and direct. We got a big feature on this. Not only is it my best friend, but it's one of the best hoopers to come out of Northern California in a long time, man. Enjoying what we doing what we enjoy. Prime example. Not his type of skill. Yeah, he raw. Yeah, he raw. Feel me? Nigga, he was working out with me my junior year, bro. Yeah. Hell yeah. He sails on the ocean.
Oh, and he's there.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it,
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Ha! Niggas always working everything, don't even be
A lot of people did not believe in Brett, but the ones that stayed here and know him, we all know where Brett's going and what he's going to do with his life. He's very ambitious because he has not given up on his basketball. He got himself to a D1. He got himself out of the Bay Area to a National JUCO in Wyoming. He's been to Florida and Missouri. And then he went D1 last year at Tennessee Tech, and now he's going to Youngstown. So Brett is not giving up. A lot of people didn't think Brett can do it. Brett lost. He lost his dad and his brother, his older brother, for a lot of years.
My name is Brett Thompson. Brett Thompson is my younger brother. I say younger brother, not little brother, because that's more like my twin.
And he was 9 years old when his older brother left. And that had a really bad impact on him. But him and his brother are really close. They call each other twins. Their birthdays one day apart. And then his dad left after that. We got divorced, and it really hit Brett hard.
You know, he was more of a knucklehead when he was younger.
Brett was high maintenance. Brett was a little brat. He had 2 older brothers and an older sister, so he wanted to be involved with everybody and do everything that they did. He was a very happy child, though.
Very resilient. Whatever he was told to do, pretty much did the opposite. You know, always wanted to be around me, be around his bigger brother, be around his other brother, be around his older sister. He's the youngest, so you know how younger brothers are. As he's gotten older, I see he's become more coachable. You know what I'm saying? He's grown up, became a very good teammate. You know what I'm saying? Younger kids look up to him now. You know, he's the older brother now.
So I am thankful that he had basketball, and that was his route that he took. As I believe if Brett would have stayed in the Bay Area, Brett would probably either be dead or in jail right now. My son is African American, you know, and they have that stigma about you know, always say African Americans, you know, ain't gonna make it in life, or they don't have a dad or whatever. But like I said before, he's doing basketball, he went to college, he's about to graduate, he got his AA already, he's gonna get his bachelor's next year. So I couldn't be more proud of him, and I'm glad that he chose, like I said, the path that he chose and didn't let it be down.
Tough. Everything he do tough. No matter game, practice, hard work, hard play. It's all him. Tough. When he had to sit out his junior year of high school, he transferred. So they made him sit out because he played varsity before. You know, that's hard, you know, having to sit out and watch the guys go at it every day, you know what I'm saying? Watch them fail. You can't fail with them, you can't succeed with them, you know what I'm saying? The failing part for him is more important, you know. He'd rather fail with his guys and put it on his shoulders. Feel me? So he can't help. That's more of a struggle. But he bounced back senior year, came back, led the team, you know what I'm saying? D Combs, his boys, you know, they went state, did their thing, you know what I'm saying? Something that I learned from him, spending more time with my child, much more important than he's a pretty good dad, I ain't gonna lie.
I learned to never give up and keep staying strong and pushing forward. Brett came out of that, and I don't know what to say. I couldn't be more proud of him.
He just got another turnover?
Yeah.
Buddy glitching. PrimexampleTV. Raw and uncut. Behind the scenes. How's it uncut if you getting it cut, my boy? Bro, this my guy right here. Best barber in Northern California.
Makes sense, man.
You know what I'm saying? Welcome to PrimexampleTV, Series 1, Episode 2, Life and Hoop. Today I have a special guest with me. Not only is he my close friend, but he's one of the best players to ever come out of Northern California, Brett Thompson. You know what I'm saying? So my dog, man, got BT in the building, man. We just want to give a quick background discovery checkup of how everything was with him growing up before we get into the real talk of everything. So where you from? How old you is? What sports you play?
Shit, my name is Brett Thompson. I go by BT, so all my pals call me. I'm from North Oakland, right down the street. At the line of market, I grew up with my granny. Feel me? Nothing too crazy, typical story. I'm from the hood. Feel me? Just, I had to step up as a young man to take care of my family. That's what I do.
Type stuff. All right, so you said you stepped up as a young man.
how was it having to stand for something? Because like I said, you know me, we knew each other since we was 5 years old, bro. And we never had too many real positive male figures in our life. So how was it having to stand for something?
Growing up with females, you feel me, it's hard. It's hard because you got to figure it out yourself. You ain't got nobody to show you for real. So if you can't figure it out, you can't live this type of lifestyle. You feel me? So I had to figure it out at a young age, and that's what I did. It wasn't nothing more to it, nothing too crazy. Feel me?
Kept it lit from there.
That's all it was. I was just young and turned. That's all it was.
How would you say? How early did you get into sports?
I like 5, for sure. Because all my siblings. I played 3 sports. I played football, basketball, and baseball. My best sport was baseball. Growing up, I should have took that route for sure. But
you wasn't paid.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is. I was good at football too. I was good at all 3 sports for real. I wasn't really too good at hoop. You know what I mean? I ain't started taking it serious till like my junior year when I transferred to Logan.
High school.
Yeah.
But how was it having to sit out the whole year?
It was hard. It was hard. There's a lot of trials and tribulations with that for sure, because you ain't hooping for. I'm just practicing. My game time was to practice when I practiced with the team. That was my time to shine for real. It wasn't nothing more than that. It was hard just dressing up every day and not hooping. Everybody asking, "Oh, why you not playing? When you gonna play?" Feel me? Hearing that every day it's tough. Feel me? So
that's when you went over into you carried over in Arsenal after that.
Yeah, that's how I met KP and everything, because of Chris Bush and everything, the coach that Logan at the time.
Shout out CB.
Shout out the Bush family for sure. They put me on with KP. I went to the trial. I just did my thing, and from there, KP kept it lit the whole time.
Hey, you rolling, you on the travel circuit, Adidas gauntlet actually.
Yeah.
How was it? How was it traveling and playing against the best of the best?
It was crazy for real. It was crazy. It's a different type of experience. We went to LA, Vegas, typical locations. I wasn't really getting no burn like that at first, just because KP was kind of feeling me out. I ain't gonna lie, I was trash. I was on some weak stuff at the time. It's just how it be. It wasn't nothing. I ain't holding nothing against them. I just kept my head down, kept working. You feel me? We went down to LA. I ain't played too hot, and then I say a few weeks after that, we went up to Portland, played like Seattle Rotary, Paulo Bencaro, all there. Shit, we was going crazy for real. I had a good showing.
That's the dude that played the Magic?
Yeah, dude that played the Magic. Yeah, all that. It was like 50 plus coaches, and I was going stupid. We ended up losing, but that whole tournament, I was just hooping, just doing what I do.
So look, we in the same era, teenage years. We growing up in the Bay Area. A lot of people hear the Bay Area, they think of Oakland, Richmond, San Jose, whatever. Our time frame, we got the pleasure to grow up in Hayward, where I'm personally from, Union City, spent some time in Castro Valley, all throughout here. How was it being a young man? Because you didn't have that male presence. You tried to stick to hoop, but we know how real it get out here, brother.
I ain't gonna lie, it was hard, for sure. For sure it was hard. I really wasn't too into hoop. I wasn't into football, baseball. I was into the game and stuff, feel me, as everything. But you can't play games every day, feel me? So my off time, I'm outside. I'm outside for sure. My brother went away, and then my pops left at the time. It was over with. It was over with. I wasn't even thinking about sports. I was just thinking about being a man, feel me, taking care of my family. That's all I was thinking about, just trying to survive.
They don't understand that part though. They think they hear a story like ours and it's, oh, they didn't have a male figure, so they played sports. They had a single mama that was paying for the tournaments. You gotta understand, when you watching your parents carry that weight and balancing out their family stuff and then having to pay for your tournaments and stuff, you think about it, you're like, man, what could I do to help? How could I chip in? How could I do that? Yeah. So I'm already knowing you had that hunger, you had that mindset, like, man, I gotta get it by any means.
That's all it was. And I ain't gonna cap, I've been had it. I just never had to bring it out until, you feel me, until it had to happen.
After you sit down a year, now I'm with you. He like, it's time to go. Stead, Brejan, Gabe, Tim, Jake, Ryan, shout out all the guys.
All the guys.
How was that season?
That whole season.
Legendary.
That shit was legendary for sure. We turned up on my mama. Shit, we went undefeated that year in conference, NVL. Turned it up. They ain't did that in a minute. James Logan ain't did it in a minute. They always split with Monroe. We had a good connection because we all knew each other. We in the hoop world, playing basketball, growing up, AAU, East Bay Nets. Even though we played on different teams and stuff, we all knew each other, so we had great connection. And that's what made the season so legendary. That's why we did what we did.
Now look, because I was in it with you. I don't even think we understand what we was doing at first. Like, Big BT, when he was away, he was making sure he was watching the games. Like, we had people tapping in from all over, just riding away. We just hooping though. Like,
we didn't even know. We didn't know nothing. I promise you, practices, we playing football during practice, bro. We're not playing. We just serious. We just having fun doing what we do, bro. There wasn't nothing more to it.
So the attention of the spotlight never got to you?
Nah, just cause I ain't really a big social media guy, you feel me? And my brother taught me that he stay off the gram, stay off the media, you feel me? Live your life. Let them see what they want to see. That's what all this social media is. It's not real, bro. It's not that serious, bro. Not at all.
Pay attention to that. Anybody that's watching this, he where he is because he took the steps and he knew he needed to stay off the ground because he didn't want to compare. He didn't want to nothing like that. And look where it got him. It pushed him up here. I always ask him personally, like, this is one of my main mans. Like, why you ain't never on the gram? Stop believing your gram. It's a reason for it. And now you see where he at. And look, it played out perfectly. We go to state, we lose at state. Big year, everybody made noise that year. We all getting recruited. How did you come down to make the decision to go to a national JUCO? And where did you go to JUCO first?
To be honest, I cut my legs early. My brother already made a name for our last name type. Brett Thompson. He already made a name for our last name. He went to Castro Valley. Ended up playing at Loney. He went crazy. Ended up going D2. And just seeing that, the respect he didn't get from what he did to the best teams at a lower school in the area, I wasn't messing with it. I ain't really had too much options, so I was thinking about going to city. Feel me? Took a visit there, everything. They was messing with me. They want me to play all the minutes, whoop, whatever the coach say, all that. AJ Brahma, you know who that is? He went to San Leandro. Him and another person named Cameron. He went to Oakland Tech.
He played AJ Brahma playing. He just came up to my JUCO in the offseason. I want to say Japan, but for the record, I'm gonna say Japan. He playing Japan. I ain't gonna lie. He getting paid. He getting
paid for sure. They went there. They had a great year. I ain't gonna cap. They went like 30-4 or something. Lost in the championship. Whatever. They did good. Their head coach ended up leaving, but the assistant coach was gonna be the head coach. And he tapped in. He was like, "You feel me? I like your film, bro. We could hoop. I don't know if I'm gonna get the job, but you feel me? If I get the job, you my first scholarship. Whoopty whoop. I'm like, okay."
Which school you talking about?
Sheridan. This Sheridan. No, I'm talking about Sheridan.
Where's Sheridan?
Wyoming. Sheridan, Wyoming.
Got up out of here.
Yeah, got up out of here. You feel me? So he tapped in and he was like, you feel me? I don't know if I'm gonna get the job, but if I do, you my first offer. I'm like, okay. So I'm rocking with you for sure. So it took him a few weeks to do that. I was still committed to City at the time because I didn't know. I just didn't want to pull out and not have nowhere to go after that. So you feel me? Yeah, that's all it was. Boom, he got the job. As soon as he got the job, he offered. I committed same day, and that same day I told him, I'm like, bro, that's another little bar from Salesian. He good, like
twin.
Yeah, twin, Javon. I told him about him. I texted Javon. I'm like, bro, let's go rock out, bro. Let's get up out here and rock out. He said it's good. He ended up committed. We went up there. We turned up. We just did what we did.
So how was your experience being away from home? That was your first time being away from home like that?
That was my first time being away from home. I ain't gonna lie, it was hard. I was fighting a lot of demons. A lot of days I was in the ring to the neck, just playing the game, chilling, just thinking about life, not seeing the same things you see out here, and hearing different things from different people. It's hard to adjust, but if you just keep your head down, you gonna get through it for sure.
Most definitely, because all you gotta do at the end of the day, we hooping, bro. Yeah, playing the game.
My mama, that's all it is.
So what transition? What was your next move after that? I know you went to multiple JUCOs. What was the transition like after that?
I ended up getting hurt before conference. I was done. I thought I was gonna come back the next year to the same school. We was gonna be straight. COVID ended up happening. They shut the program down, kept the rodeo team. That's weird. Even watch
the rodeo team.
People who tackle cows and stuff.
You talking about the
They kept that, cut everything else.
Wait, the rope?
Yes, man. The thing you twist and throw. Yes, bro. They kept all that and cut all the sports programs: soccer, women's basketball, men's basketball. Feel me? Volleyball, all that.
So you cut from there?
Cut from there. I was low-key scared though, bro. I ain't gonna cap because I was injured. I didn't think nobody was gonna be messing with me. I had to restart. I didn't know how I was gonna be coming back from injury because it's my first time being injured.
For sure.
So
what was the injury though?
I broke my foot. I got a screw on my left foot.
Still?
Yeah, still in there.
Still going crazy.
Still going crazy. It was kind of weird though. After the surgery, like it was hard, bro. It was hard for sure. It was hard to move, cut, all that shit. It was tough.
Right, so break it down a little bit, cause this what Prime Example is. This mental health awareness base. I know y'all love the name, y'all love the highlights. BT from 3, but he telling y'all what it's like to go away from home. You on your own, you hooping, you get hoop taken away from him. He was in his head, fighting his own demons and stuff, sitting in the room. How did you overcome that? Like, what you do different to get about that storm?
I just kept my head down. Feel me? Just I ain't put my burdens on nobody else. Like I could have easily came back home and put all the burdens on my family. Like, bro, I'm hurt. Like I don't want to hoop. Like I don't know. I could have easily did that, but I chose to stay away. That summer, I actually went to my sister's house in Houston just to really stay away, just keep my head down and mess with my sister. She helped me through a lot. Feel me? She helped me through a lot for sure. That's all it was.
Moms, that's real stuff. A lot of people, this is what we doing this for. A lot of people don't say this. A lot of people, write a book about it 20 years later, but that ain't gonna help nobody 20 years later, but it's gonna help a couple people. But we in this right now. That's why Prime Example is what it is. That's why it's different than what a normal sit-down podcast. By the time you guys hear this, you guys will get to know who Brett really is. You won't just see the last name on the jersey. Sure. It won't be none of that. You're gonna see the real and uncut, the raw version. So knowing that you had to get away, doing what you had to do to get your mind back right, what was the next step, basketball-wise?
Basketball-wise, it was just getting back to me, feeling like myself. I ain't gonna lie, basketball really mental. Yeah. Think about it. Yeah. Like all my bad games been because of what I told myself before the game. Like me, I think I gotta get up shots just to be good. I mean, you gotta put in extra work, but some days you can't because of your situation in the JUCOs and like people be using the gyms, you can't work out. So there'll be days I'll be like, okay, I ain't put up shots today. I'm finna play trash. I go out and play trash. And then it'll be the next game, I get up like maybe 200 shots to 250. I'll be like, okay, I feel good. Still go out there and play trash.
Trick your mind.
You feel me? Exactly. So it's really mental. So just whatever you feed yourself, that's what you're gonna get out of it. And I had to figure that out because I ain't gonna lie. I started telling after my Pensacola year, we'll get into that in a minute. When I went to Minna area, bro, every day I woke up, bro, I looked in the mirror and I told myself, bro, you him. You feel me? Can't nobody touch you with this hoop stuff, bro. Just keep going. Every day. That's what I'm saying. Every day I'm telling myself, bro. And you watching it, you seeing me play, but behind the scenes, you wasn't seeing behind the scenes. I'm telling myself every day in the mirror, bro. Every day.
So where you transferred to Pensacola right after Sheridan or the COVID gap?
Yeah. I went to Pensacola right after that. You know what's crazy, bro? Just another thing, we ain't got no like male figure to plan your life and help you with decisions and stuff, bro.
Wiggling it yourself.
Wiggling myself. I ain't even look into the school at all, bro. I said, oh, it's in Florida, bro. I'm finna go see Florida. That's why I'm going here. They was terrible. Ain't no disrespect to the program, bro. They was terrible, bro. Like, they was terrible. That was probably my worst basketball experience ever. I was depressed that whole time. I ain't gonna keep it to you.
And then, like you said, the male figure. So, as much as we really try to hide our reality from the public, we try to make it sound better than it seemed. But real talk is busting out here. So, being with you, 19, 20, what were you, 19, 20 at the time?
Yes, I was 20.
Sure. That was 2024.
Yeah.
We was 19 still. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, 19.
Still teenagers
19,
making decisions.
19.
And you gotta make a decision of where I'm finna go spend the next year of my life. Your mom, our moms. Much respect to our moms. They do their thing. They gangsters. They the truth. But we know the hoop world. We've been in it a little bit longer. So we know that you got to navigate the right way. It's not always just off somebody's word. You got to fill them out. And no male figure. We don't have no top dogs, no trainers really with us. We got trainers we mess with, but nobody there really be like, hey, little bro, lock in like this. And that goes from, that's how the streets work. That's how the corporate world works. That's how anywhere works.
Sure.
We in this making decisions on our own, and he took a decision or took a chance on himself and went to go spend a year on the whole other side of the country. It didn't happen to be a good decision, but what you do out of that though, you ain't even got to go too much into how that experience was. It was bad.
I'm already knowing it was a bad experience, whatever. Year come to an end. I'm not even worried about nothing. I just lose my closest partner who then stayed with me at Graham's. Twan, I lost him. It was over with. I gave up on myself. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't think I could go with me, like I always thought D1 or bust. I mean, it ain't right to think that way. I don't. If you can hoop, you can hoop wherever you want, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, I know a lot of D3 hoopers, NAI hoopers that are good, bro. They be sitting on me and ones like they be hooping for sure. And me, I was just always thinking D1 or bust because you gotta have that type of faith in yourself. So after that year at Pensacola, I gave up because the coach was like, bro, all y'all gotta go. Y'all not good enough to play for me. I'm like, okay, for sure. End up leaving. I didn't even finish school. I left as soon as the season was over. Left, bro. I ain't finished no school. I ain't go to class, none of that. I ended up committing to a D2 and Colorado State Pueblo. So took a visit, everything, committed to a D2. And I was committed for like 4 or 5 days, bro. And just had to sit down to myself. I was to the neck for a few weeks in Vegas, and I was like, bro, I can't go like that.
Feel like you were settling?
Yeah, I felt like I was settling. I couldn't settle. So then I ended up going to Mineral area.
Mineral area, where is that at?
Missouri. It's like an hour away from St. Louis.
Yeah, you from here. Well, California, you right here.
California, Wyoming.
Went over there, and then over here.
Missouri.
Back to Missouri. So the Missouri experience, busting. It's busting.
Going crazy.
Yeah, I done seen you play some of the best basketball. Me and my mom in the living room recording, like going crazy.
Going crazy for sure.
You enjoyed it though? You enjoyed your stay out there?
Yeah, that's probably besides Sheridan, because if Sheridan didn't shut down, I wouldn't have left. That was my best freshman experience ever. And then I got to Mineral area, I feel like myself again. I feel like how it was.
Got your swag back.
Yeah, Sheridan and Mineral, them top two for sure. They good programs, great people to be around, feel me? Just a great environment.
Shout out Mineral area.
For sure.
So after that season, you put up numbers.
Yeah.
What was some of your accolades? American
first team, National JUCO All-American, honorable mention, feel me? First team all region. I made the conference team, went crazy. I hit the shot to tie the game. You know we lost, but hit the shot to tie the game to take us into overtime. It was a good year for sure. It was a good year.
What was your recruitment like after that?
I thought it was gonna go crazy, but it ain't really go too crazy. I had 2 offers from Tennessee Tech and then SIUE, and I gravitated toward Tennessee Tech because of the head coaching. Feel me? The relationship I had with him, he was the only one that recruited me. Yeah. So you feel me? I just kept it lit. I'm a loyal guy until I feel like you play with me.
And that's in Division I, right?
Yeah, Division I, Ohio Valley Conference.
So how was it just getting straight into it? That's what you wanted. Out of high school, that's really what you wanted. That's what everybody wanted.
Yeah.
But how was it being the one that did it though? You made it D1, but you the one that did it though. Now everybody else.
So I ain't gonna lie, it was crazy. Like I think I came home for like 10 days.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like it ain't even feel like reality at first. Even though it's a low major, but bro, it's D1.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we do it for the gear.
Man, they paying for our food.
That's what I'm saying. They paying for food, all that. I just did it for that. That's all it was. It was just a real moment, bro. For sure. On my mama, it was.
You took it all in, enjoyed everything. I'm seeing moms post you. I'm
seeing
BT. Every game this man had the stories, the little boxes like this. It's 20 stories. Everybody from the crib, everybody, not just Oakland. Everybody from the crib, from the Bay Area, man. Yeah. We seeing you put on. Man, it's giving us life out here, bro. It be dead out here for real. You know the environment we in. Dead. A lot of people give up on their stuff. They give up on their dreams. We brought a lot of life back to our community. I say that for sure. All right. So after getting everything that you worked for, getting D1 scholarship, getting a chance to play in a conference tournament, how was it? How was it?
It's crazy because I didn't even really get to enjoy it how I wanted to because life happened. Yeah. That's all it was. I ended up having 3 kids. I had my son on November 10th, and then I had my twin daughters December 16th. Back to back, a month and 6 days apart. So that happened. That's shit right in the middle of non-conference. I ended up missing a few games for my daughter's births. Came back and it was kind of off, bro. It was kind of off. I could feel it. I could feel the vibe. I hate that I could feel those type of vibes, bro. Cause I just be knowing.
That's how you know you wanted them.
That's what I'm saying. You feel me? I just know, bro. And I just kept my head down about it. It wasn't even nothing I could do about it. It was some days I complain to my teammates and I go back to my room and be like, bro, what I'm complaining about? Like, what I'm complaining for? They ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to mess up what they got going on. So I just kept it to myself, and then ended up getting back in the lineup, start hooping again, whatever. Went to the conference tournament. That's when I really got to enjoy it. When I played that first game, I had a terrible first half of that, bro. Terrible first half. I just bounced back. I had 19 in the second half. Ended up winning. Went to the championship. We was hooping for sure. It was crazy. It was a crazy ass experience.
What was y'all, a game away from making the tournament?
Yeah, a game away from making the tournament. The school ain't been in like 63 years, so we'd have stamped that if we'd have been there for sure.
It was a blessing. So look, you talk about how feeling the vibe being off. And we ain't gonna talk about nothing specific, but you felt what you felt. Keep it at that. You felt what you felt.
Yeah.
So how important was that to making your next move? Because being a hustler, you could be a hustler in the hoop world, you could be a hustler on the streets, and most importantly, you could be a hustler in the corporate world. But making sure you had some type of leverage and navigating where you went next, how did you do it?
Well, shit, growing up in the hood, you feel me, you can't let nobody play with you. That's all it is. And me, I took that with me to the D1 world. You can say what you want. I done been to 5 different schools, but that's because I don't let nobody play with me. You feel me? I got to handle my business and do what's best for me at the end of the day. So it was a crazy little experience to happen. I dropped my nuts and hit the portal. That's all it was. I just removed myself from a situation that I didn't need to be in no more.
Man, keep it gangster on here. I remember them talks. This boy was calling my phone, but I can't do this. I was
acting like a sucker. I ain't want to hit the portal at first. I was acting like a sucker for sure. I was iffy about it, bro. He texted me one day. He said, "Bro, drop your nuts, bro." I looked at him. I said, "Bro, you right. You right. My mama, you right."
My mama. Yeah, and where did that lead you to? What school was next?
Even before I got to the school, it led me to everything I ever wanted. Like, that's just getting all them phone calls from D1. Just I was getting calls from high majors. I cut the list down early. It was between Washington State and Youngstown State, and I ended up going to Youngstown. It was just a better fit, better environment for sure. I got along with the coach great on the visit. Players is straight. We brought a lot of pieces from the portal, but it's gonna be.
Where is that exactly?
It's
for the people that don't know.
It's in Ohio. It's like an hour away from Cleveland.
Okay.
It's in the Horizon League.
So you finna be with Brown now.
Type shit.
Alright, so now you got what you wanted. You got everything. You got a family now. You got the support system from the crib. Now you at a school that's on a level you get to play at the highest level that we could imagine playing AAU. But at the same time, you getting all these accolades. You losing people. You losing friends you grew up with. You lost a lot of family in the past.
Yeah.
How did you keep a certain level? How did you give it how was you able to keep yourself at the high level, straight like that?
Some days better than others. That's all it is, bro. You can't really. I mean, bro, it's okay to be down for a few days, but bro, like, I gotta handle business at the end of the day. I'm losing partners. I chalk it up. You can't take what you got to the outside world, bro. Like, you can't let them see what you got going on, because they're gonna feel like they're gonna take it as a weak signal, bro. Like, that's all it is. You just gotta handle your business, bro.
We gotta go into depth on that, because they gonna think you talking about don't show no emotion. You can show emotion.
Oh yeah,
but you really can't let nobody see you on no sucky stuff. Yeah, they gonna take advantage of it.
I ain't saying it's not cool to cry, but I be crying. I be even crying by myself. I ain't chilling, bro. Y'all can think what y'all want. Play with me if you want. Feel me?
Play with me.
Exactly, like, bro. It's okay to have them type of emotions, bro. But at the end of the day, you gotta think of the type of image you want to portray yourself as. You feel me? That's all it is.
I'm doing this. I do the Light and Hoop series for 2 reasons. I want hoopers to be able to speak their piece about what they go through, and then it's another reason. We didn't have too many hoopers that was telling us what it's like. They was shouting us out. We was doing our thing. They reposed us to AU tough, but they ain't tell us how tricky the game could get. So what's your advice to any young man coming up, any young man or woman coming up in this basketball world? What's your advice to them?
Me, I'ma just keep it straight up with you, bro. Just bet on yourself every time. It don't matter what anybody got to say. It don't matter if it's a head coach at the next level, your head coach at your high school, your head coach of your AAU team, bro. If you keep your head down and you putting in work, bro, can't nobody say nothing to you. That's all it is, bro. And there's nothing more than that. People can say it's politics in this hoops world, all that. I ain't ran into politics not one time. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you put in the work and you handle your business, they can't tell you nothing, bro. I promise you.
Oh, mamas, that's real talk. Pay attention to that. This is a real Division I hooper. soon to be professional hooper that's giving y'all a real game. He done been there before. I wouldn't bring no fabricated nothing on this channel, nothing like that. This organic. I done grew up with this man. Every stage of our life, we've been there with each other. And this leads to my next thing. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. You a dog. You my brother, loyal. Call you whenever. Anything, you gonna come through. Everybody, your moms, KP, your brother said pretty much the same thing, man. As a stand-up individual, like a solid, real individual, bro, and I appreciate you always.
For sure.
Now, what's one word you would use to describe yourself? And don't answer too quick. What's one word you would use to describe yourself? Like, flaws included.
Flaws included? That's tough, bro. I say ambitious. Feel me? I think I know what that means.
You know what, dude? Your mama said that too. Your mama was ambitious.
That's mean.
Mama.
That's mean.
Ambitious. We gotta get to where we trying to get to.
For sure.
We done had talks 2, 3 in the morning. I keep telling everybody, bro. We sat outside them apartments till 2 in the morning, bro. Chopping it up like we gotta get to it, bro.
Oh, shit.
He tired of his mama having to work. I'm tired of my mama having to work. That's what we doing this for. And I told you, this my brother. Blood could make us no closer. This is why he's my first guest on my channel. Bro, I'm doing this so his mama and his family don't have to worry. His kids don't have to worry about nothing. He hustling the exact same way. He put us in position so my mama ain't got to worry about nothing. So my nieces ain't got to worry about nothing. You don't get no real in this, bro. We not just doing it for no views. We don't care. We might not make no money off this video. It's not about that though. We putting the real out there. It's a lot of fake stuff that go on in this world, the hoop world, real world, however you want to put it. This real life stuff though. This our first video. This my first video with another person because of how authentic he is and how he carries himself. Not just because he turned right now, we riding away. It ain't none of that. This been in the works for a minute. Welcome to Prime Example TV.
Appreciate it.
No cap.